Alright, is everything look correct on screen so far? 568. Come on.
Alrighty, thank you. Had to make a stop at the local Starbucks. What's going on, guys? This intro is gonna have to be quick. I did not plan on it raining, but I'm gonna do like a little POV drive of me giving a review of my car. I didn't word that correctly. I'm gonna do a POV drive while giving a review of my car, but I wanted to give a little walkthrough of my car for people who are new viewers. I'm also in the middle of a road. Anyway, this is my car. Kind of looks like Shamu. Right, all it has is a cold air intake and a resonator delete. Hold up, I know y'all want to hear that thing. Anyway, I say we get into some shenanigans. Wow. Okay, so I just filmed an entire video and I didn't press record. I really hope that person is turning right. Yeah. All right, bet. So that's great. I just filmed. This is my second time filming, but that's fine. So in this review, I've had my car for about 1 year and 4 months. And in this review, I'm going to cover 3 topics. One of them being the reliability, the fun factor, and the price to own the car. Those are like the 3 criteria I'm going to be kind of grading the car on. Okay, so anyway, before we start, I'm going to give myself a little self-promotion. So if you would please hit the subscribe button and the like button. I'm trying to get rich just like the rest of y'all, so that would really set me on my way. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna mention about it. And also comment where you're watching from, because like I actually realized I have people that watch from a little bit of everywhere. So comment where you're watching. Hello, sir. Comment where you're watching from. I say we just hop right into the little review. So I'm gonna do like a little review slash POV drive. Let me make sure I'm still recording, so I'm paranoid now. I'm gonna do like a little review slash POV drive. Pretty much like, I don't know, I'm just gonna talk. I'm lazy with editing, and POV drives are real easy, and y'all seem to like them, so yeah. We're gonna start out with the reliability of the car, and for that I'm gonna shock y'all and I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5 stars. I know what y'all are thinking, because there's a bias around Dodge for being unreliable. You know, like if you tell a lot of people that you're gonna buy a Dodge something, you hear, oh, those things break down a lot. I've had it for like 1 year and 4 months, and I've had I have more problems in a what's known as like the most reliable vehicle, which is a Tacoma. I have more problems in a Tacoma than I've had in my Charger. So I don't want to hear jack nothing about this car being unreliable, because again, 1 year and 4 months, and like I drive this thing sometimes like a bat out of hell, and I've had 0 problems with it. I've had like minor inconveniences with tires, but that's literally all just self-inflicted because I drive through construction zones, or I'm cutting up and I end up with my tires down to my threads in Mexico, obviously. But yeah, it's completely false. Like I've had 0 problems, and I would honestly recommend this car to somebody who's looking for something reliable, like just from my personal experience. Now I don't know if that's everyone's experience, but like, let's go straight actually. Just based on my personal experience, that is what I give it. I give it 5 out of 5 stars. If you've had a different experience, then let me know, because I have friends who have the same engines and we've had 0 problems. So yeah. That might be an ossifer behind me, which would be no good. Busted you, because I do not want this cop, or could be cop behind me. Damn. Okay, well, here's a mansion. out here in Guadalajara, Mexico. It's crazy. Wow. They say Mexico isn't a tourist place. Weird. Oh shit. Let's get into the second part of the review, which is going to be the fun factor. You see me having fun in the car, but listen, hear me out. I'm going to give it 3 out of 5 stars, but I'm going to explain why. I'm being very unbiased. So the fun factor is going to be 3 out of 5 stars, and this is for a few reasons. One, you pay a good amount for this car, right? You would expect that you could do some donuts in this thing, in which you can, but you have to absolutely shred one of your tires before the diff decides it's gonna lock. It's an open diff. An open diff. What? Dodge, I'm trying to turn into Hello, I'm Jensen, and that's how you're gonna do me? Like, I don't understand. But regardless, it's a fun car, right? It has some power, and when I say some, I mean some. Like, it's not the fastest car in the world. You're not gonna go out to street race them, shoot them out events and race for pink slips at all, because if you do that, you're gonna lose your car. Like, do not think you are hell on wheels, because I promise you're not. But in terms of a car, like, yeah, it's faster than, you know, your girlfriend's dad's Civic, but you know, you're not with the big boys yet. Once you get like a Scat or a Hellcat, you could kind of be with the big boys. Depends who the big boys are, but yeah, you know, like, there's definitely more fun cars, and the power does eventually, I'm not gonna lie, get old. Like, whenever I first got this car was fast, and now when people get in it, like, they're used to regular cars, they tell me it's fast, but once you drive it enough, it becomes really controllable. And like, there's something to be said for having absolutely like no control over a vehicle, because it's so, I don't know, I'm crazy, but it's nice. Like, it's like controlled chaos, but once the chaos factor goes out, because you get used to it, it gets old. Like, I don't know if that happens in a Hellcat. I hope I'm fortunate enough to find out, but I could tell you with this car, it definitely did happen. And like, I had seen in other reviews where people said that might happen. But there definitely is other cars even in this price range, and we're gonna say probably, like, if you're shopping for a 2019, we're gonna say, I know the market's up right now, but let's just say like 29 to 35, right? There's definitely faster cars you can get. Like, you could get a Mustang for cheaper, and trust me, like, 5.0 slap this thing up and down. Like, it doesn't even have to be the 10-speed, but you could definitely get a faster car for the money. And if you're looking for something that's going to be hell on wheels, like in that price range, don't get this car, because that's simply like not what it is. It's a comfortable car as well as having a sporty engine, and that's just like where it's at. And let's move into the third factor, which is going to be the price to own. Now look, you have to understand how I'm grading this thing, because if we're comparing it to like other sedans, right, this is obviously going to be more to own in the insurance factor, and more to own, you know, like in tires. Oops. there's a lot of costs that are going to be higher than your average car, but we're talking about sports cars here, because again, if you're in the market to buy this car, you got to remember, like, you pay a premium to drive a sports car. Like, that's just how it is. Anyway, in the price to own, I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 stars. This may come as a surprise to you, seeing as it's not a cheap car, but in terms of sports cars, it's more of like an entry-level engine, right? So it's not that expensive, but also it does like pretty decent. Like I said, it does like pretty decently on gas, and that's, you know, pretty good. But there is some cost that might come up on you, seeing is like, if you go from a regular car, you're putting 87 gas in, which gas is so goddamn expensive. Anyway, you're putting 87 gas in. You cannot put 87 gas in this, and don't do it. If you don't have the money to put at least 89, and preferably 93 if you're here in Texas, or like 91 if you're in Cali, or wherever else. I don't know what y'all have. But if you don't have like the pockets to afford that, then don't. Like, you will mess up this car putting 87 in it. Another thing is this thing eats tires like sometimes you don't even realize it. Like, you'll get out, look at your tread and be like, damn. But it just happens. Like, I can't explain it. Sometimes you get to cutting up, and like, if you buy this car, you're probably gonna cut up. Like, if you pay the money for it, yeah, you're gonna do it, and don't think you're beyond it, because you're not. Even if you're 40 something years, like, it does not matter how old you are. If you buy a sports car, you're gonna, you seen the grandpa, have y'all seen the grandpas in the Corvettes? Like, they are not too old to get rowdy. I've seen it. But anyway, you know, like, there is unexpected costs that come with having this car. But in terms of sports cars, I would say it is not the most expensive out there, so I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 stars. That's just like a quick little review. I could definitely go in and break it down more, which is why I'm about to give like an overall consensus. But I'm gonna give the car, what was that, 4 stars, 5 stars, and 3 stars. So we have 12 stars out of 15 stars, so it's a pretty decent car. I know it's a little bit of a odd grading scale, but my overall breakdown is that it's a great car, and if it's your first sports car, it definitely works for that. But you know, there's definitely better cars out there for the price, or faster cars out there for the price. It's a great car in terms of like space or looking luxurious, because like, it's kind of a big body car. I don't know, it catches people's eye and people look at it a lot. But if you're looking for something fast, get a different car. I know that like, you may not have a big knowledge about cars, but trust me, do your research, and you could find something that's faster for around the same price. Like, there's many cars that are faster that you could get in the same price range, and maybe even a better price on. But yeah, I'm gonna take this camera off my head and do the outro. But yeah, let me show you how I look whenever I'm doing these POV drives. Yeah. Anyway, this is the outro. If you watched this point, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, because again, I'm trying to get rich just like the rest of y'all. And yeah, that's my 1-year ownership review of the car.